Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman, and I hope you had a fantastic weekend and you're ready to give your brain its daily circuit training here on Perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. Once again, I'm here Monday to Friday with brain teasers, questions and puzzles that will educate, entertain and irritate you, possibly all at once. Now, there are 10 points on offer every day, so by Friday there's a possible top score of a perfect 50 up for grabs. Is your mind up to it? Time to find out. To get to the next episode as soon as it drops, make sure that you subscribe, you follow, and you like on all our social media channels. Now then, have you cracked a perfect 10 score in a day so far? What's been your highest score? Let us know. I love to hear how you're getting on. I really do. So now let us begin a new week of Perfect 10, shall we? We call question 1 your starter for a perfect 10, as hopefully this will get you on the scoreboard heading for 10 correct answers today, and here it is. Which 4-letter word spelled forwards is something we all do, but spelled backwards is something, thankfully, very few of us are? Since it's Monday, I'll come back to that with a clue later. Now remember, there's no time limit on the question, so feel free to pause, rewind, go away, come back. I'll be right here waiting for you, and I'll give you all of the 10 answers to all of the questions at the end of the podcast. Question 2 is hearsay, our sound round. So you're about to hear a sound file that relates to a well-known phrase or saying. Put the sonic pieces together and you'll have your answer. Got it? Okay, so what phrase is hidden in these sounds?
Oi, you lot! Listen up! Any of you want to fight? I'm 24 carats, me!
Say what you hear and you can't go far wrong.
Oi, you lot! Listen up! Any of you want to fight? I'm 24 carats, me!
We call question 3 carolateral thinking because you need to bend your brain a little and forget the obvious answer. If you're running a race and pass the person in second place, what place are you now in? Don't race for the answer. Pace yourself. Take your time and think laterally. Feeling confident so far? How's that perfect 10 score looking? Moving on. Question 4 is always our memory game. Quick reminder for any newcomers. Hello, welcome, by the way. You're going to hear a short clip with lots and lots of information packed into it. What you need to do is remember as much of the clip as possible, because I will ask you a question at the end based on what you've just heard. Okay, get your brain boxes in gear because here it comes.
And they're off. A great dive from Johnson as always. Andrews in lane 5 there, first to rise. Davis is out in the lead though in lane 2, but you don't win a gold medal in the first lap. Johnson is close behind. He's flying in lane 3. And there it is. It's Johnson in the lead at the 50-metre turn. This is a tense race, ladies and gentlemen. Johnson out in front in lane 3, but here comes Andrews. It's Andrews coming up behind in lane 5, and Andrew takes the lead and takes the gold.
Well, I hope you were listening there because here comes the question. Which lane was Johnson swimming in? As always, you'll have all your answers after today's final question. Now, questions 5, 6 and 7 are all part of a group we like to call the frivolous, familiar and fun rounds. In other words, categories that are common knowledge. So if you've been keeping your eyes open and mind engaged, you should have no worries whatsoever. Question 5. What colour is the ball in English Test cricket? The reason, by the way, it's called Test cricket is because it was originally seen as the English team testing themselves against the then Australian colonies. The ball has traditionally always been the same colour, by the way, but what is that colour? That's the question. Here's question 6. Which comic character performed Chariots of Fire with the London Symphony Orchestra at the 2012 London Olympics opening ceremony? Now, I love hearing your riddles and your brain teasers. So if you want to put me to the test, I'm ready and waiting, baby. So please get in touch. I might even use your suggestions, so you could be getting everyone else scratching their heads as well. And thank you for that in advance. Moving on to question 7 of today's Perfect 10. And appropriately, it's about the number 10. Here's the question. What 3 words spell 10, T-E-N, in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Now, I did promise a clue to the first question. Which four-letter word spelled forwards is something we all do, but spelled backwards is something, thankfully, very few of us are. Well, the word spelled forwards begins with the letter L. I'll say no more. Moving on to question 8. How are you feeling today? Confident? Yeah. Let's see what the next question, 1 in, 1 out, does for your score, as I take a word and ask you to change it up just a little. Which letter can you change in the word prize, Prize, to make a type of number? Feel free to hit pause if you need thinking time. Don't worry about that. We're moving on, though, to question 9, and we call this the I know this round, as I am sure it'll be on the tip of your tongue. Which word comes next in this sequence? Fly, spider, bird, cat. What comes next? I'm feeling generous today, so here's a little clue. Think of a children's rhyme. It's actually a big clue. And here we are at question 10. Nearly at the end of your brain training for today. Question 10 always is our daily riddle. Here it is. A man dies of old age on his 25th birthday. How is this possible? He is not a time traveller, neither does he suffer from a rare condition. So what's the answer? Let me point you in the right direction. When is his birthday? And that's today's perfect 10. Do you think you've got a perfect score? Well, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions on our podcast or, of course, on our videocast on our YouTube channel. And if you want to entertain, educate and irritate me, please send me your own puzzles to @CarolBorders on Instagram and TikTok, and follow @Perfect10Carol across socials and on YouTube. Perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. So let's reveal the answers and your score. Time for the answers. Question 1 was, which four-letter word spelled forwards is something we all do, but spelled backwards is something, thankfully, very few of us are. And the word you want is live. Obviously, that is something that we all do, L-I-V-E, live. But spelled backwards, it spells out the word evil, E-V-I-L, which is thankfully what few of us are. Question 2, the hearsay round.
Oi, you lot! Listen up! Any of you want to fight?
And the common phrase that gets you a point is rough diamond. Well done, got that. Question 3 was, if you're running a race and you pass the person in second place, what place are you now in? And the answer is, you're now second. This was all about lateral thinking. The obvious answer is that you're in first place. A lot of people go for that. But if you overtake the runner in second place, then you find yourself in that second place, obviously. Question 4, the memory game. You heard a thrilling 100-metre swimming race. But the question I asked was, which lane was Johnson swimming in? And the answer was lane 3. Question 5. What colour is the ball in English Test cricket? And the answer is, the ball is always red. Now, the reason it's called the Ashes, by the way, is because a shock defeat of England by Australia in 1882 led to a fake obituary of English cricket in the Times newspaper, which read, "The body shall be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia." And that prompted the creation of the Ashes urn. It's only a tiny little urn. So now you know the history. Question 6. Which TV comic character performed Chariots of Fire with the London Symphony Orchestra at the 2012 London Olympics opening ceremony? And it was, of course, Rowan Atkinson's Mr. Bean, relentlessly playing one note during Vangelis's Chariots of Fire. Question 7. Which 3 words spell the word 10, T-E-N, in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Do you know that alphabet? If you do, then you know the answer. You'd spell it by saying Tango, Echo, November. Question 8. Which letter can you change in the word prize to make a type of number? The answer is change the letter Z to the letter M, and you have a prime, P-R-I-M-E, a prime number, one of my favourites. Question 9. Which word comes next in this sequence? Fly, spider, bird, cat. And I gave you a clue. Think of a children's rhyme. Well, Not only do they chase each other, but the children's rhyming question is, there was an old lady who swallowed a fly, and then who swallowed the cat? And the answer was a dog. The dog swallowed the cat. And the final question, question 10, our daily riddle. A man dies of old age on his 25th birthday. How is this possible? He was, of course, born on February the 29th in a leap year. So technically, by the time he officially had his 25th birthday, he'd actually be 100 years old. So, did you score a perfect 10? If you did, congratulations to you. Do let me know. I love to hear from you, even if you're bragging. Now, remember to make sure you subscribe to the podcast and follow us on our YouTube channel and across all of our social media channels so you don't miss out on any of our rounds, our podcasts, and our video casts. Perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes, correct. That's nearly it for Monday, but I'll leave you with today's playful anagram. Think back to the 90s for this one, because they really were fine in torn jeans. Who were they? FINEINTORNJEANS. Fine in torn jeans. Who were they? Find out who they were tomorrow with a whole new day of questions, poses and puzzles. I'm Carol Vorderman, and that was my perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. Have a perfect day.